Hola, this is Parche, mi gato, with the weekly Pele report, and this one is for July 29th of 2015. It's an astrological, forecast kind of a thing. So today, I don't know, Sun is conjunct Mercury in Leo, Jupiter is in Leo, Friday, Venus retrogrades back into Leo. Next week or so, Mars is going to come into Leo. So hence, Parche the cat. And we wish it was a cat's life. Yeah, let's see if I can move around and get him a little bit. Anyway, the moon right now today, as of Wednesday, the 29th, is in Capricorn. Tomorrow, Thursday, she goes into Aquarius. And we've got that full moon on Friday. Yeah? Full moon, Aquarius to Leo on Friday. At the same time then, we've got Venus going into Leo on Friday. On Saturday, Saturn goes direct. Sunday, Mercury trines Uranus. Monday, both Venus and Jupiter, join together here in a square to Saturn. And that's really what I'm going to be talking a lot about today, is this Venus and Jupiter squaring Saturn. I've really gone into it a little bit already, but I'm going to go into it some more, a little bit more from the Jupiter perspective, yeah? And next Tuesday, Venus exactly conjuncts Jupiter. So by that time, the moon has moved over there into Aries. So for those of you that are, learning astrology, more into astrology, we're going to just talk more about that a little bit later. Right now, I'm just going to find a way of looking at the camera. Also, at the end of this report, I'm going to put a little nature, a few nature videos, because I know a few of you guys like that. And I was out at the beach and I saw this bizarre bird. I put out a prize there, if somebody can identify this bird for me. So this will be kind of a wildlife report. We got the cat, we got a bird, I got a sloth video. We'll see what goes. Don't want to use up all the time, but whatever. Namaste. Talk to you soon. Okay. Hola once again. Man, oh man. First of all, I want to thank everybody for the wonderful birthday wishes from the last Pele report, and then I go to the post office, which I don't get mail very often, but I went to the post office, and I want to thank Linda for this garnet necklace. Amazing! Thank you so much, Linda. It was a real trip. And Laula over there in Australia sent me these are flower feathers, sacred feathers from an emu and a barn owl and a guinea and a rooster, a golden lace rooster or something. She's on Facebook, Laula Perry, makes a beautiful, amazing things, and I want to, I really appreciate the outpourings and the generous time. It's really something, because I have Venus at 26 degrees of Leo, and right now Jupiter is going over my Venus. So and Venus is coming back, for a second pass over my Venus too. So wow, so much love. It's cool. But to get down to business, and there's a lot of business that we need to cover in today's report, because Jupiter square Saturn is about business. And I wanted to talk to you about those who want to learn astrology. If you want to learn astrology, get an ephemeris. An ephemeris is just a book that shows you where all the planets are at any given time, so that this first part of the Pele report is not Greek or Chinese or some foreign language, but you start getting a sense of, oh my goodness, okay, that's what he's talking about. Now today I want to be talking a lot about Jupiter and Saturn. It's a 20-year cycle. It's actually a very social cycle. Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn deal with, in shamanic astrology, the middle realm of ego, time, space, third dimension. A lot of these spiritual people on the path of ascension are doing Uranus, Neptune is the celestial world. Yeah, no time, no space, infinite spirit, blah, 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 you know. Escapism, avoidance, you know, kind of confusion and chaos up and out there. Chiron and Pluto deal with the underworld. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm speaking of the underworld, you know, I don't know if you saw, but I also put out this invitation to, I'm going to do an underworld journey, August 14th. It's a new moon in Leo. Yeah, so now we have a full moon in Leo. It's going to be followed by, the moon's going to come all the way around from Aquarius. 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a new moon. Okay, but the sun and the moon will still be in the sign of Leo. Yeah? And only Venus is going to be there too. Where was I? The 20-year cycle. So now, it was actually in May of 2000. May of 2000 that Jupiter came around to Saturn and they joined together at the 24th degree of Taurus. And I don't even want to go into the Sabian symbol of Taurus. It has more to do with the Native Americans, and I got, you know, somebody upset last time, whatever. But, you know, it is a struggle for survival. Taurus is about survival in the material, physical world. It has to do with my body, my physical senses, and food, shelter, clothing, and money. Boom. Like ground it, land it, make it real. This is Taurus. So in 2000, you know, we had this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Saturn is contraction, Jupiter is expansion. Saturn is the establishment in the past. Jupiter is the optimistic future purpose. We have, you know, these two, when they come together, it's like inhale and exhale, you know, Jupiter and Saturn. And it has to be this balance found. Yeah? So, you know, it is about, and it's about business, it's about, like I say, this world, reality. I'll put that in quotes, because we've all got our own reality now, don't we? I know I got mine, and it's probably not the same as yours. Anyway, Taurus. So, and it was funny because it was in 2000 that I decided to put down my hammer, stop being a carpenter, and just do astrology full time, because that's what I love to do, you know? And I was going to follow my heart and follow my passion, and, you know, who cares, whatever, yeah? And I lasted for about 6 months before I had to pick up my hammer and start doing construction again, but that's another story. Now we have it 15 years later. So I'm saying is in 2000, in some way, shape, and form, if you look back in your biography and you were alive 15 years ago, you know, you set some goals, yeah? You set some social goals. You set some, you know, this is who I want to be. This is where I want to go. This is, you know, this is what's important to me. This is my definition of success. Yeah? And now, 15 years later, Jupiter comes around to, it's called the third quarter square. Jupiter in the last degrees of Leo, Saturn in the last degrees of Scorpio. And that third quarter square, yeah, it's time. In one sense, it's the peak. It's the height. The 270 degree square is a culmination of the last 15 years. Okay, like you did it. This is, you know, this is the height. This is like where you're going. And it's time to start thinking of the next step. It's time to decondition. It's time to step out of your security space or your business or whatever and expand in a new way. Maybe with new people. Maybe it implies letting go of an old business, of old clients, of an old perspective, of an old belief system. Lots of different things. And this is funny because now Jupiter is in Leo, which is creating something original. Yeah? And that is a true self-expression, an expression of myself. Kind of like not working for money, not working for survival, not playing the game, but really, you know, doing my passion, doing my truth, living my purpose. And what happens? A square is creative tension. There's tension here, yeah? And it's just like, oh, Sonny, you better not, or you're not ready, you're old enough, or smart enough, or got enough experience, or blah, 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 blah. Saturn in Scorpio is external authority, and it could be banks or government or Mother Nature herself that says, you know what, you got work to do. You got to be more original. You got to find a better purpose. Whatever purpose you think you got, it's not good enough. No, just kidding, just kidding. In some ways. Because this is the other thing I want to talk about, right? The full moon. We're coming up to the full moon in Aquarius. So we have this opposition between Leo and Aquarius. Leo is I, me, my individuality, my creative expression, my artwork, my dance, my song, me, you know. And we got Mars down there in Cancer, my inner child and my emotional needs and my home and my family. We got a lot of stuff going on in this personal realm. And let's not forget that the Pluto polarity point now is in Cancer. Okay, and that we do have a lot going on where we are breaking out of an old paradigm where socio-cultural institutions and governments and religions, you know, told us who to be and what to be. So we're all discovering, you know, we're all breaking into our individuality. And it's really necessary. It's part of this new paradigm of liberation. However, when the moon, with this full moon coming into Aquarius, Aquarius is community. Aquarius is global consciousness. Aquarius is the whole group of what everybody else needs and wants and desires. And there it is an opposition. Yeah, you know, it's this balance between. Cancer Capricorn is the balance between the professional and the personal. Yeah? And Leo, okay, Aquarius, you know, is this polarity between my self-expression, okay, and, you know, how that fits into is accepted by or rejected or whatever by the larger, greater community. So it's really something now to have this situation, particularly at the same time as the Jupiter square Saturn. There's this whole thing of, yes, I've got to be me, and I want to be myself, and I want to offer my truth and my perspective and my gifts. In another way, it could be, I want what I want, and I want to do what I want. I want to say what I want, I want to get what I want, and doggone it, you know. I've got a community to think about, or I've got a partner to think about, I've got a business partner to think about, I've got a lover to think about, I've got like these other people, yeah, that are putting boundaries or limits on me. Or, opposite way around, they're not respecting my boundaries, my limits. I'm feeling exploited or dominated or controlled by outside influences, community, government, lover, partner, bank, whatever, you know, it's just like, ugh. So there's this angst between I want to do my thing, you know, and I got these other people who want to do their thing. And it's really hard for me to do my thing and these other people to do their thing at the same time or on the same planet or in the same community. So this is the square. This is Jupiter square Saturn. It's just like, you know what, you know. Saturn is limitation, Jupiter is expansion. This is a time of limited expansion. You know what I'm saying, man? It can get you pissed off. Yeah. I mean, this is a time of, you know, it's not easy. This is not an easy time. You think, oh yeah, you know, Jupiter Venus conjunction in Leo, you know, let's party and have fun, and it's not turning out to be that way. It's very interesting. I mean, I've run into more people in the hospital lately, You know, I mean, we got this whole, I'm going to work more with this, you know, Chiron opposite Lilith, you know, Pisces, Virgo, and even the moon's nodes. They're now in Libra, but they're going to be shifting into Virgo. There's going to be a whole big shift coming towards the end of the year. But you see, I'm getting like way lost. This is just a weekly frickin' Pele report. Enough is enough, man. The mantra for this week, yeah? You know, it's not all about love and spirit and oneness and unity and orgasm. No, 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 no. This is business. We got to take care of business. This is Jupiter square Saturn, and it's going on for weeks. Okay, it's not just, oh, Jupiter square Saturn on Monday. No, 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 no. This is going on for a long time. It actually was, you know, last December. Last December they came close, 22 degrees to 28 degrees. They were only 6 degrees off before Jupiter went retrograde. So you may even see a linkage between thoughts or plans or, you know, new purpose or new goals that you were thinking about or kind of initiated last December. And it's taken like 6 or 7 or 8 months to, like, you know, move forward and make it happen. This is just like a time of beating your head against the wall sometimes, you know. It can be a little challenging, yeah. So, the mantra for today. I see that this plan, this purpose of mine is going to take some time. And part of the process is a need to discuss it, so boundaries can be clearly defined. Saturn is boundaries. Jupiter wants to, like, expand, you know, my territory, you know, expand my boundaries. I want more property, I want more money, I want more love, I want more. And here is Saturn. It's like, you know, what we need to do is we need to own Saturn. We need to be responsible for maintaining our boundaries and not stepping on other people's toes and not putting up with other people stepping on our toes. And that requires discussion. And the thing is, you know, we got, you know, Sun conjunct Mercury, which is kind of like, you know, my ideas and my way, and I'll debate from my point of view in Leo. The full moon is calling us into the role, the path of non-attachment, the Buddhistic way. Yeah? So try to be, you know, really come into that place of the observer, the witness, and get out of the ego space of my, and really try to, you know, come to the table. North Node, you know, in Libra is the sign of the diplomat. You know, it's the peace talks. Come into the peace talks. See if you can make it happen. And the fortune is good for that, because Venus is coming back to Jupiter. And Venus is in this square, the ruler of the North Node in Libra. So, you know, it's successful negotiations as long as you engage in negotiations and don't be a stubborn, fixed cat. You know, cats aren't always easy to deal with. You saw Parche, you know. I'm not going to tell that cat where to go or what to do or sit. You know, cats are not dogs. You can tell a dog to sit and you got a chance, man. You don't tell a cat to sit, you know. Anyway, I'm just going to end this freaking thing. I'm getting crazy today. I see that this plan, this purpose of mine is going to take some time. And part of the process is a need to discuss it, so boundaries can be clearly defined. Good luck, have lots of patience, forbearance, and perseverance. Namaste, aloha, so much love.